Oh, I just broke my fucking neck. All right.
Thank you for tuning in to the RoydsRevue podcast. This week, Rob and Andy have watched and written songs about Jurassic World. What kind of songs have they cooked up in that lab? Find out next on the RoydsRevue podcast.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to the RoydsRevue podcast. I'm Rob.
And I'm Andy.
And today we are going to be talking about Jurassic World. Coming out, what was it? 14 years after Jurassic Park 3?
Something like that.
And they skipped over town. They skipped over Hamlet. They skipped over city. They skipped over state. And they went straight to Jurassic World.
I got to tell you, after watching 3 Jurassic Park movies and then watching this, I am a bit fatigued on dino movies.
You said that last time too.
Yeah, no, this one really did it. This one really did it. And, you know, I remember seeing it in theaters and being like, wow, nostalgia, that was fun. And this time around, I was just like, why are we doing this?
Well, that's the first question of the movie. The plot of the very first movie was, hey, investors, you know, they think this is a little dangerous. And then a bunch of people died. And then the second movie, even more people died. And then in the third movie, even more people died. And it seems like in just 14 years, they're like, we're going to not only open a park, but now it's boring. So we want something even more dangerous.
Yep.
Are we supposed to pretend the second and third movies didn't happen?
I don't know. Do they mention anything that happened?
Not that I can recall. They might have callbacks to them, but then again, there are so many just callbacks in the second and third movies to the first movie that I have no idea. Like the whole first movie is, I think they just ignore basically the whole plot of the first movie too, because they build a statue of John Hammond.
Yes, they did. Like he's a hero.
Yeah. He killed countless people.
Yeah.
Or he's responsible for the deaths of countless people. And they said, no, we're going to build him a statue.
Yeah, the whole thing is consumers are dumb. Right? Like,
right.
Oh, people don't care about dinosaurs. So we'll build a new scary dinosaur. Consumers are dumb. And that's like, okay, cool. Like capitalism, you know, that's what did this. But then you got Coca-Cola product placement in there. You got Mercedes.
Yes, you had the Mercedes.
A lot of Mercedes. And what was the other one? Beats headphones. So it's like,
it's funny. I don't even pick up on product placement like that.
It was glaring in this movie.
I don't even notice it.
Yeah, no, they're like, it's plastered. And I was like, okay, I get it. Consumerism is the enemy. But then you're doing that shit. So it's like this movie is self-aware in a way, which is cool. But then at the same time, it doesn't really understand the franchise. It's, I don't know. Is it like just an updated version?
That's what it feels like.
But like it's bad.
Yeah, because you can't really do the sequel. It makes no sense. The whole story, the whole getting into the whole thing makes no sense. It's great to see a park up and running. Objectively, that's cool.
Yeah.
But why are we here?
I mean, also is me saying it's bad because it's updated? Am I just an old bitch?
No, because the movie does not ignore the first movie.
No.
It directly references it. We have the statue of John Hammond.
Right.
You know, they're coming back for the third movie. So obviously these movies happened.
It starts off like it's about the kids.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, okay, they're going to be the main characters. And then the kids fuck off for like,
well, we meet the kids.
A good 45 minutes.
And we meet their mom, Judy Greer, and she makes that run joke.
Yeah.
Countless people have died already. Like, that's not funny. People are dead, Judy Greer.
Also, like, in this universe, did everybody just kind of like forget? It was like, it's fine. They figured it out.
That's the thing. They don't reference any of the horrible things that happened.
I don't get it. So, like, the setup itself is shaky. Like, they do okay at being like, we got this. Like, it's under control now. But I don't know, maybe not enough. And then they kind of like, within 5 minutes of each other, they have 2 lines. And I like them, but they're like real close together. And it's kind of like this movie, kind of like the second one. It's like top heavy in good lines. And then the rest is just like chaos. But the guy who plays Nick on New Girl,
Jake Johnson?
Yeah, Nick, yeah, you're right. What's his name?
Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson. I thought you said Cave Johnson. And I was like, I think that's the guy in Portal 2. That is.
I've never even
J.K.
played that
Simmons.
game, so
You're missing out. It's hot fight. But he says, she's like, clean up your desk. And he's like, I like to think of it as a living system, just enough stability to keep it from collapsing into anarchy. It's like, okay, that's the movie. Cool. Then, like, not even 5 minutes later, the new park owner guy, he's like, the key to happiness is to accept that you're never fully in control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I get it. No, I get it. I think we all get it.
I think Masrani, right? That's his name, Masrani.
I don't remember.
The billionaire in this movie is great because this is a billionaire who at least tries to do something.
Yes, I like
He
him.
fails miserably, but at least he tries.
Yeah, I like that he was like, how's the park doing? And she's like giving him numbers and he's like, no, are they having fun?
Yeah.
Like, okay, that's cool. But then he's also worried about numbers. I mean, obviously he's a businessman. Like,
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I think in front of the peons, Jake Johnson and Lauren Lapkus, it was no, I need to appear fun-loving because I'm the owner. I'm the fun billionaire. You're the boss.
Yeah.
And then as shit goes down and shit gets real, he goes, okay, no. I'm going to settle down and actually be a businessman.
I think he was probably the most interesting character in this movie.
He was interesting, but he says at one point how John Hammond on his deathbed entrusted me. He's like, but why would you do that? Like, were you a member of his cult? Because didn't John Hammond in the second movie didn't want to park anymore?
Yeah. So that I think that's a good point that you brought up earlier. Like, is this connected to the other two, or is it just connected to the first one?
Like, that's what I have to ask. Are we supposed to ignore the second movie and the third movie? Because, he says John Hammond I'm fulfilling John Hammond's dying dream. No, he wanted them to live alone. But now you've built a park. And even if John Hammond did say, I want you to build the park, wouldn't you say, yeah, people have died, John?
Yeah, you would probably say something like
people are dead.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, at the end of the first movie, John Hammond is very much like, okay, I lose this one.
Yeah, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
But then
and the second one kind of shits on that.
Well, at least in the second one, they have in the second one, Jeff Goldblum has a line from capitalist to naturist or whatever, naturalist in just 4 years. At least in the second one, his plan is just to document them and get them to a safe place.
Right.
He's not trying to open a park. He's not trying to make money. This isn't supposed to be some Disney World with dinosaurs. It was supposed to be a sanctuary where they could just live. It wasn't supposed to be, no, get that park up and running.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've established that everything after the first one is like mediocre at best.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I do think this movie is part of the like Marvelized Hollywood blockbuster, where it's very clean. It's got a nice sheen to it. There's enough comedic moments in it. Because there's even a part towards the end that I hate, that we'll talk about it. but there are some like little moments that I actually really did enjoy in this movie. So when they're talking about the Indominus Rex with Masrani for the first time, and Claire mentions that she had eaten her sibling, the look on his face is great because that's the first time he goes, "Ooh, we may have fucked up here."
Yeah.
When he hears that the Indominus Rex ate their sibling, he's like, "Oh fuck!" So I think there's little bits of great acting. I think Vincent D'Onofrio is fantastic in this.
Yeah, he's great in everything. He's also just a fucking ham.
Yeah,
But like he's hammy in a good way. Like certain actors are like hammy in it. It's like, okay, no, we get it. You're here. But he's like chewing scenery in a cool way.
Oh yeah, he's a fantastic. He's great for this role of just this evil, this weird combination of Muldoon and the bounty hunter or the hunter in the second movie.
Yeah, although weaponizing dinosaurs, I just can't that's very stupid. That's very stupid, and just like we have guns.
You know what? He does use the logic. They tell him it's stupid in the movie, but remember his logic. He says, "Hey, they did it. No, so and so used elephants. So and so used this." So he mentions in the movie, someone calls him. I was like, "Do you really think this is a good idea?" But he's like, "Hey, animals have been used in war for centuries."
Yeah, but we got planes now. If you put a raptor on a battlefield, and I'm not saying he wants to use it specifically for a battlefield situation, but just shoot that raptor in the face, right?
You'd think.
Yeah.
You'd absolutely think.
But I think they're using it for more covert. It'll sniff it out, and it'll sniff out squads and all that shit. Okay, all right. But I feel like we got stealth bombers and shit. I don't know. It's silly. And for that to be the main that's the bad guy's plot is I don't know. Come on.
Ooh, wait till we get to Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we'll get there, but I don't know. I could totally see people trying to weaponize them. Because here's the thing, when you can literally create these things and you can impact their genetic makeup to a T, I could absolutely see people, especially governments, wanting to weaponize these things.
I guess. I don't know. It's just really, really silly to me.
It gives you an incredible weapon without costing human lives. You got to remember, this shit would never happen in real life because we don't have this ability.
Yeah.
But I could absolutely, if this was real, I think that's a very realistic situation of them trying to weaponize the raptors.
I don't know. It's just silly to me. I can't get over it, and I won't.
Okay.
I won't. Chris Pratt, not great at not being a buffoon, if that makes sense.
He's not a leading man.
No, he's good as a guy who thinks he's the leading man. He's great as Star-Lord.
Yes.
Because Star-Lord thinks he's the shit, but he's also a fucking idiot. He's great in Parks and Rec because he's an idiot. He's got to be a dopey guy. In this, he's like, "So you built yourself a raptor." I was like, "This is
He's
bad."
so intense. Everything is so intense.
And even his
You're
face
looking at him,
he's always
kid.
he's squinting and
Yeah.
It's just, this isn't for you, man. And I like Chris Pratt.
Yeah, in his roles.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Star-Lord, he's great.
Yeah.
As Andy Dwyer, he's great. I can't think of any others.
He was in the Strangers with Candy movie. And he was great in that. He was the jock.
Oh, okay. That's a fitting role.
Yeah.
That first scene where we meet the Raptors, Chris Pratt's Raptor buddies.
Yeah.
That dude, one of the handlers, takes a flat back bump from 25 feet in the air and just gets up.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody in this movie is a superhero.
That dude literally flat backs from 20 feet in the air, like Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
And he just gets up. That should have been the first raptor death in the movie. Easy.
Yeah. For sure. I agree.
Easy. You can't have it. Just Chris Pratt shows no weakness in this movie. I feel like every scene.
Yeah.
He never really loses control of the raptors.
That's also in this movie, he's a superhero where in the other movies you had Jeff Goldblum, they kind of made him an action hero guy in the second one.
Yeah.
But even then he wasn't fighting dinosaurs. He wasn't invincible. Like Chris Pratt in this movie is invincible. He's like, yeah, I imprinted on them. I'm the alpha. Like, okay. And like, how smart are we making these raptors?
That's
like
the
every
thing.
movie, they're getting smarter and smarter. It's like now they fucking do your taxes. Like, it's too much. Like
Last week, what were they doing? They were
doing pre-algebra.
yeah. Now they're doing taxes. Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
They went to school to be accountants.
Yeah, and they're like living.
Blue works for H&R Block.
Yeah.
Real quick, thank you so much for listening. If you want to send us some feedback, send us an email at RoydsRevue@gmail.com. That's RoydsRevue@gmail.com.
You could also find our music on Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get your music, by searching The Royds. That's ROYDS. We have 2 albums and a Christmas song. Hope you like it.
I do like Chris Pratt's line when they say they want more wow. And he goes, they're dinosaurs. Wow enough.
Yeah.
Which is totally true there.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't believe in the time it must have taken for this park to be approved, built, and opened that already they're like, people are bored.
Yeah, I think that would be at least 20 years.
At least. If you had just the fact that they had the T-Rex already, people should be like, yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else from this. Because what else could you possibly want?
Yeah. And okay, so let's get to the big old bad, the big bad Diney.
The Triceratops.
Nope.
Shit.
Endometrius Rex.
Yep. I appreciate, as stupid as a name as they gave it, at least they explained why it was a stupid name in the movie.
Yeah.
It's scary and kids could say it. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes that's all it takes. And I think a lot of, like, this wasn't the greatest movie in the world, but at least it does something like that where I go, fair enough.
Yeah, excellent marketing. You know?
Yeah, no, I get that. That is a good point, and I'll take that. At least you explained this stupid ass name.
Right, and that goes back into the whole consumerism thing, like theme going on in this movie that it only has for like the first half.
Yeah,
and then it's just like
look
after that big scary thing. Yeah,
yeah.
So when it tricks the people into getting out of its cage, right?
Yes. I think you're about to say the same thing I'm going to, but please go ahead.
I'm going to say, why would you go in the cage before knowing where it is?
Like, I'm thinking the same thing. I have in my notes. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to make the call. So, and she drives away for some reason.
Yeah.
She drives away.
I got to go to the control center. There are people there,
But then I'm going to call them, like, on my way. Like, where are you going?
Yeah.
But she's like, hey, what's going on? Where is he? And they're like, it's in the cage. And Chris Pratt and the other 2 guys are just looking at the scratches like, this is weird. Very weird. How did he get out? Like, yeah, why would you leave before getting any sort of information? Like, why would you go in the cage before getting any sort of information?
That's the thing. They very easily could have said, hey, real quick, just give me the phone and calmly call, hey, where's the Indominus? Oh, they're still in the cage? Are you sure? Oh, his heat signature is there. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now he's there. We just don't see him.
And it's like, yeah, it outsmarted you because you're stupid.
Yeah. I outsmarted my kitten. I don't brag about it.
Well, when it escapes, I like that scene because that guy he's like sitting behind the truck and he's like, oh, yeah. I'm scared. I'm going to die. And then Chris Pratt like cuts the line of the gas line and he covers himself in gas. Smart. That scene is good. But I like for a while, at least the first half of the movie, they never show the dinosaur like fully in frame.
Right.
Which is very cool. It makes it seem huge. I like that touch. Everything else is kind of like, why would you make, I understand you're trying to put butts in seats. Why would you make it as dangerous as it is? Like, why don't you make a big, scary, dumb dinosaur? And then at the end, we find out the it's raptor DNA.
Well,
Why
also,
would
do you remember what Henry Wu says? He says something along the lines of, "You can't build something with all the physical traits and not have it have the mental traits that go along with it."
Right.
So
like it wants to hunt.
yeah, so that's basically explains. Like, you can't build something that looks big and scary without it having the traits of being big and scary. You know, you
Right.
can't make a bear without making it as dangerous as a bear.
Right. And they touch on that in the first one too, like when they have the goat in the T-Rex cage.
He wants to
Jeff
hunt.
Goldblum's like, yeah, he wants to hunt. Like he hates that. Like they're just feeding it, but it has the instinct to hunt. So,
Yeah.
so I get that, but at the same time, maybe don't. It's just like the whole thing is like, I understand that's kind of the concept, the theme going out through all these movies. Like, hey, why'd you do that? Like it was cool for a
Funsies.
minute. Yeah, right. But like in this one, it's like, no, really, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing?
Every decision that was made was poor for
Yeah.
the whole sole purpose of advancing the movie where they wanted it to go.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of MacGuffins. Is that the right word? Probably not. That's
Probably
like,
not.
Yeah. That's
I
the
want
right
to
word.
backtrack a little bit because I do want to say the mosasaur was cool.
Yes, giant.
Seeing the
mosasaur.
mosasaur at first was really cool. I like the splash zone idea. But again, you've created something that if that thing gets out, will control the ocean.
Yes. Also, like it's cool. They probably, I mean, the answer is probably genetic modification, but like mosasaurs were not that big.
Oh no.
But cool, very cool. Probably my
Also,
favorite dino.
they would not grow that big in an enclosed space, nonetheless.
Oh, especially not. Yeah.
We do get eventually to the greatest line in the movie. Depends what kind of dinosaur you cooked up in that lab.
Yeah. There's a scene in the like that I'll call it the war room, but like that, you know, with the two big screens.
Yeah.
And everybody's in there clicking.
No,
clacking.
war room's fine. We can call it the war room.
Sure. So there's a part, I forget what. Shit. Let me see.
While you look that up, I do like how at one point, after the Indominus Rex escapes, they go, we have a code 19. How is an asset escaping not number one?
Yeah.
Like that should be the number one issue. It's like just random number 19. That was the 19th problem they thought about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. We run out of napkins in the food court. Oh, that's a big problem.
Yeah.
All right. We run out of toilet paper. Hey, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Let's think. Oh, all right. We like, what the fuck are you thinking? No,
Yeah.
Number one, what if this giant murderous creature escapes? That's number one.
Yeah. That should be definitely number one. In the scene where so it's escaped and it claws out the tracker.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where like, what is this? And it's like a big chunk of skin, right? And Chris Pratt walks into frame in such a strange way, like right into center, but he walks in like from the side, like he wasn't in the frame, and then he appears in the frame and he walks up to the camera and he's like, she clawed out the tracker. What the fuck was that? If I were in that room, I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Because in this whole movie, Owen Grady has to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
The whole movie.
Also, here's another question. Hey, Owen Grady, you Southern or what?
Yeah, that accent constantly coming and going. Well,
What's
I don't
going
really
on?
know.
Hey, Vinny D, Vincent D'Onofrio. That's Vinny D. You
VD.
Southern or what? He's doing the same thing.
I think
every now and then
everyone,
he's like, hey,
everyone in these
whoa.
movies, because remember Chris Pratt was in the Navy. He's a Southern boy, but he might not be a Southern boy. Same thing with Vincent D'Onofrio. I work for the government in the Army, so I might be a Southern boy,
Right.
but I'm not a Southern boy. It's America. That's the accent. America. That's when you sometimes have a Southern accent.
That's true.
American. Everyone who works at this park is American, by the way. This park in Costa Rica is just filled with American workers.
That's true. I
like how.
written,
Go ahead.
I have written, why would you breed it with the ability to camo? But then he explained, I use pufferfish or whatever.
That point felt like they were just making shit up as they went along.
Yeah.
When they just went, It can camouflage.
Yeah. Oh my god,
And it
that was
just
a good scene.
appears. I
Though.
was like, no, get the fuck out of here with that.
It also
Get the
never
fuck
uses,
out of here.
It never uses that again.
Never.
That was a
No,
cool
it does.
scene,
It
though.
does. You see it like disappear every now and then.
Oh, do
Because
you?
and the scene in the gyro ball where the kid's like in the gyro ball and all of a sudden it just appears like behind it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That
I
was a
do
cool
like the
scene.
kids, they're riding on like the train or the monorail or some shit, and the kid starts crying and just drops on his older brother. Mom and dad are getting a divorce.
Yeah, and he's like, they're always like that. He's like, no, but like for real this time. He's like, no, I'm telling you, they're always like that. He's like, I saw the papers in the mail. He's like, no, it's whatever. And he's like, no, they're from divorce lawyers. I Googled it. He's like, oh shit. Oh shit, mom and dad are getting divorced.
I remember his comforting thing. That's all right. All my friends' parents are divorced. All of them? All of them. Realistically, I'm being a dick here because he's probably just trying to comfort his brother.
Yeah, well.
But like, they just throw that. That's such an unnecessary plot point where they're like, oh, look how much these kids are going through. Like, they're going to be chased by fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant after that. Like, and also, like, there's a realistic concern from the mom. She's like, I'm just worried about him because he's so mean to his little brother, you know? And then like, but then he drops that bomb and then he's nice to him from then on out. So maybe like if you just didn't have the plot point or the character trait that the older brother was mean to him, yeah, you just saved us all like 15 minutes.
But like the brother wasn't even mean. The brother was just an indifferent 16-year-old kid.
Yeah. He was just
like he was a kid who felt like he now had to go on vacation and babysit his younger brother.
Yeah.
And that's all that's the old angle you just take up in that.
I did like how he called him out. Like he's just staring at those girls and he's like, do you think like just staring at them is like gonna do anything? And then like I was like, fucking got him. Fucking got him.
Well, that's the thing. They show the brother camaraderie. I like the brothers in this movie. It's just he wasn't mean to him, and just have them come together as brothers over the fact that they're being chased by fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah. I did like how when they were on the ball thing.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Fallon was doing his thing. Like they were both completely indifferent to Jimmy Fallon. He was cracking jokes and they were straight faced. They were like, no.
Which is how most people watch Jimmy Fallon.
100%.
What I liked about that scene is that was very realistic because Disney and Universal and all those parks, they do have those celebrity like, hey, you're on this fucking ride. Boo. Yeah. And I go, I think it's called The Mummy.
I think if they made a movie, or not even a movie, like a short film of a working park and nothing went wrong, I'd be like, wow, that was pretty cool. Like that'd be cool if that was real.
Just a day at the park.
Yeah, like honestly, that park looked awesome.
Yes, it did.
But like, and very realistic. And like, hey, if it did work, that's probably how it would go. But then like it all goes off I wish it went off the rails without them building a dinosaur. I think the whole building a dinosaur thing is very weird and silly and stupid. And it's cool.
It just sucks that in the first movie back, they're like, we built a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
You could have built up to that. Like had a subplot in the first movie be they're building a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah. And
have something else go wrong. And at the end, I don't know.
But I think that's the thing. They're like, it's kind of like looking in a mirror. It's like, how do we get butts in seats? Let's build a new dinosaur. That'll get people to come see the new Jurassic Park movie, but it'll also get people to go to the park in this fictional movie.
Right.
Like that's how they get you. But it's stupid. But here I am. I went to the theaters. I fucking saw it.
Oh, yeah. I go out and saw it. I went and saw Fallen Kingdom in theaters, and I'll almost certainly see Dominion in theaters.
I didn't see Fallen Kingdom in theaters. Not because I didn't like this one when I saw it, because I did. I remember liking this one when I saw it. But like, I don't know. I don't even remember it coming out, to be honest.
That's fair. One thing I don't understand about this movie, why does Owen Grady care so much? Just get off the island.
Yeah.
If Owen Grady was smart, the minute shit hit the fan, he would have just left with everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, he obviously wasn't too concerned with leaving the Raptors, considering he's not with them at the start of the second movie. Just fucking leave. If I'm working on Dinosaur Island and they say, oh, the thing we created escaped, I'm out. Out skis.
Yeah, for sure. You get in your Mercedes plane.
Yeah. Drinking my Coca-Cola.
Yeah, wearing your Beats headphones.
I'm crashing because I can't hear oncoming traffic.
And also because you can't fly a plane.
That's fair.
No.
That's fair. I am not a pilot.
So these two kids, they were like, hey, remember we worked on that old car
Yeah.
in Dad's shop, and they got a Jeep from 1993 started.
That, yeah, not only was it from 1993, but it hadn't run since 1993.
Yeah, it was dilapidated.
That's 22 years. Well, no, it wasn't even dilapidated. It was like in perfect condition once they just dusted it off.
Yeah, what's going on?
Well, I talked to someone tried to justify that. They're like, well, it's been in a garage. I was like, that garage is overrun with fauna by this point, by flora rather. And you mean to tell me they didn't go into that little shed and run into a single dinosaur in there? That's a perfect spot for a jump scare that they didn't do because like, oh, they're gonna find the original Jeep and just get it up and running.
Not for me. Didn't like it.
I did not dig that.
Also, after the birds get set free and your boy dies in the helicopter.
Real quick about the billionaire dying in the helicopter.
Yeah,
I don't think they foreshadowed that well enough because at one point he goes, I'm a pilot. And the guy goes, in 2 days. First of all, in 2 days, what is he like waiting 2 days before he's allowed to give him his pilot's license? That's number one. Two, a pteranodon hit the helicopter. It wouldn't matter if a professional pilot was flying that helicopter. It was going to crash no matter what. It didn't matter that he was 2 fucking days away.
Yeah, you're right. Just an unnecessary line.
You know, when I was driving with my learner's permit, I wasn't, not 2 days before my driving test, was I just crashing my car.
Yeah. And to this day, you're still not prepared for a pteranodon to fucking smash you inside of your car.
Like, give me a fucking break. I just didn't like that. Was poorly done. Poorly foreshadowed.
Hey, you know what else was poorly done and foreshadowed?
What?
The smooch. Just happens out of nowhere.
I don't need that shit. Get that shit out of my movies.
Yeah, like she saves him from a pterodactyl looking thing. And then he's like, come here. It's like, yo, you guys, your priorities are all fucked up.
Yeah.
And also, like, the Claire's arc, the whole arc is, I don't care about my family, I'm all business. And then it's like, on a dime, like, once shit hits the fan, she's like, the only thing that matters to me are these kids.
Well, I get that because here's the thing. She should probably be going to jail.
Yes.
But she's not going to. But she also, her sister would have killed her. Let's be honest.
Yeah. But
also because the kids weren't with her. I get that. I think that was more of a cover your own ass situation more than anything else.
Well, she's also, Bryce Dallas Howard is also a very good actress.
Yes.
So she's playing it like she has genuine concern for these kids. And that is cool. But that smooch was crap. And then it's a classic 2 adults and at least 1 child. We got that set up going for the rest of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Why did the Indominus Rex hear the helicopter and run away from the easy bait?
What do you mean?
He had like, at one point, he had like he had them eaten. And then when he hears Ms. Ronnie flying the helicopter, he was like, I'm going to go after that instead.
Yeah.
You know what?
I didn't even notice that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go after the machine.
Here's another question. When do dinosaurs get full?
Oh, they don't.
That's weird.
No, remember the Indominus Rex wasn't killing because it was hungry. She's hunting for sport.
She's killing for sport.
I like this, how we're just asking questions. Okay, I'm going to ask another question. Wasn't it sad how the kids were just riding the baby Triceratops?
Yes, that was sad.
I was like, oh no, this isn't a happy, fun scene.
Especially because it was like, wah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, fuck. And then later on, the Pteranodon's trying to pick up the baby Triceratops.
Yeah, and then they drop him. And I'm like, he's been through enough.
I was like, this sucks. I'm
Leave
rooting
him
for that
alone.
Triceratops in particular.
Yeah. I hope he grows into a big, strong Triceradaddy.
Ooh, don't see the second movie. Triceradaddy.
Yeah, you like that?
I've heard this. Don't know how true it is, but I'm going to say it because that's what podcasts are for. Is that Jimmy Buffett double fisting those margaritas as he runs away?
Yes, it is. That
That
was
is
my
Jimmy
one bit
Buffs.
of trivia. Yeah.
That's your one bit of trivia?
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Gotta take everything from me.
Yep. That's what I do. Step on your toes.
Also, I know he's been in the first movie, but Dr. Wu is a Steely Dan song.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? That's 2 bits of trivia from me.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. It's funny because that's not tied into the movie at all.
Not at all. Also, before Vinny D dies, he tries to reason with a velociraptor.
I'm on your side.
Yeah.
I love it. I thought he was
funny.
so good in this movie. I thought he was fantastic.
He's great. He's great in everything.
I do like earlier, before he dies, when the Raptors, they meet up in the Indominus Rex and they start like talking and shit.
Yeah.
You know. So that's what I sound like in bed too.
More of a cool.
They go, the Raptors got a new alpha. And
Alfred.
and then Vincent D'Onofrio goes, engage. I like that Chris Pratt didn't question. He was like, no, we gotta fucking shoot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna light these Raptors up.
There are points where Chris Pratt's character isn't like unlikable. Like there are moments where it's like, oh yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, the moments when he's not really talking. Well, the moments when he's like, I don't care, but then all of a sudden he's like, no, I care, and I care so much.
Right. Well, the moment when he's like, no, shoot to kill, like right now, you got to kill these guys because they're gonna kill us. Like
Yeah,
that was like,
that's
yeah,
brilliant.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah, fuck him up.
Although I would not be there, I would have been like, see you.
I would have pieced out a long time ago.
Yeah. So Vinny D dies, right?
Yes.
And well, the whole like riding with your motorcycle and you got some raptors with you.
Some rappy boys.
Like that's cool. It's a cool image, but the fucking theme throughout this entire franchise is you cannot control nature. And now he's controlling nature, right? Mm-hmm. So then it's like, oh shit, he's got raptor DNA. And then he's like, ooh, like you said. And also now this podcast is just unlistenable. ooh. Let's do the rest of it in raptor speak.
Oh, all right.
Ooh. But so now they're bad guys again. But then they kill Vinny D. Vinny D dies because he can't control nature and he didn't learn that lesson. So he dies like every other villain in this franchise, right? Fair enough. But then Chris Pratt is like, no, Blue, it's me, remember? And Blue's like, yeah, I do. I got you back, buddy. And it's like, okay, so this whole movie, the theme is, at least for me, is you can't control nature unless you're so fucking cool, then you can control nature. Like, look how fucking cool Chris Pratt is. He's controlling
everything he
the shit out of
says.
nature.
Everything he says is a meme.
Yeah.
I do like his line where he goes, I was in the Navy, not the Navajo. I did like that line.
Yeah.
That was a good line.
I like how I missed on it, but way before, like after the kids jump off the waterfall.
Yeah.
And then Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are tracking them. And they get to that waterfall. And he's like, you got to get out of here. Like, you're just like slowing me down with those heels. And then she opens her blouse, tightens her belt. And she's like, I'm ready to go. And it's like, you're still wearing the shoes.
You're still wearing the shoes, just like cleavage now.
Yeah. Like Chris Pratt is just like, all right, let's go.
And then he tricks her into smearing shit all over herself. Like he was like, you got to do it. But meanwhile, it's not like he like covered his legs in it and stuff. He literally just dipped his hands in. He's like, you got to fucking smear yourself in it.
You got to eat it. You got to fucking chew on it.
Oh,
He's
oh
like,
God.
He's like, I just want to see you fucking chew shit.
Go for it. How does it taste?
So then there's a big, at the end, there's a big old dino showdown.
Yeah, before we get to the dino showdown, I'm really loving the intensity of the final act of the chasing and, you know, the running from the dinosaurs. But then they do this thing that I was talking about before, where they need to throw a tension breaker in it, and it doesn't work. So Lauren Lapkus is like, walks up to Jake Johnson's like, come on, we got to go. And he's like, no, someone has to stay. And I'm like, all right, cool. He's going to be a badass. You know, he'll probably survive, but who cares? And then he goes in for the kiss.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you don't need to make him a fucking loser. You don't need to reinforce that he's a loser throughout the movie. The dude is willing to stay and sacrifice himself. You don't need to make the audience be like, oh yeah, that's right. He is a fucking loser.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that's probably the only genuine laugh I got. I laughed at that part.
I got frustrated. I was like, this was a very good, very like intense scene that just, I don't care that they did it. It just didn't need the comedic relief there.
No, I would say if that happened in an earlier part, you might have liked it better.
Yeah, because like they don't hint at all in the movie that he likes her like that.
Yeah.
There's no scene where she walks away and he lingers on her. So just out of nowhere, he just goes to kiss her.
I just like how they both play it. Like, because in this whole movie is very scripted.
Yeah.
And that seemed like a genuine, like, improv moment. And she's like, he's like, oh, yeah, I didn't know you had a boyfriend. He's like, well, I don't talk about him at work. I mean,
yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah, makes sense. There's a part at the end with the Dino Showdown where she leads the Rex Daddy to the Indamo Daddy.
Yeah.
Right. And then she screams, run! And then they go, okay, and they run maybe 18 feet away and they stay for the fight. They're like, oh, I want to see how this pans out. Like,
I think we're far enough away. Let's watch this.
Yeah, why don't you guys
keep going?
Like, what are you doing?
Your main goal is to survive.
Yeah, and then like at the end.
Well, before she goes and gets the T-Rex, the kid goes, we need more. Like, who talks like this?
Yeah.
Who the fuck talks like this? We need more. Like, what? Teeth. We need more teeth. Just say, go get another fucking T-Rex. Just say, go get the T-Rex. Who talks like that?
That's what I'm saying about this movie. It's very scripted. It's very like, what's a cool Hollywood line? We need.
But you can't cram them into every scene.
No, that's why this movie. It's like.
It feels like a bot watched Jurassic Park and then wrote this.
Yeah, and like my mind doesn't know, because a lot of it is cool. There's a lot of cool shit in this movie. Mm-hmm. But like my mind, I'm like, do I like this? And I think I'm so confused about it that I'm just completely indifferent to it. I also might just be like fatigued from watching these. Because like I've never shotgunned all these movies.
I'll say this. This was a nice change of pace because at least there were people in the movie.
Yeah.
You know, that was the one nice change of pace where we got to see the dinosaur in a crowded island. And it was fun watching the Indominus Rex kill all those nameless soldiers.
Yeah. Yeah, that scene in particular is very cool.
You know, so there were parts of this movie that worked really well. The CGI was really good in it.
Yes, it was. I liked how, because you kind of forget about the mosasaur. I liked how it just comes up and fucking chomps the shit out of him.
That's good shit. I was all on board for that. I
thought that was cool. And then the mutual respect between the raptor and the T-Rex. They're like, all right, I'll catch you later, bro. they
just look at each other.
I was like, what happened to the like endless hunger for blood? Like, wouldn't the T-Rex just turn on them now?
You'd think.
But he's like, I got your bag, bro. I don't know. That was, I thought like, oh, okay, now we got like the real threat is actually the T-Rex now. Now we got to get the fuck out of here with the T-Rex biting at our heels. But it was like,
ends.
I'll see you. We'll see you around. Next
Yeah.
movie. I'll get you on the next movie. So this is the silliest movie so far.
So far it is, yes.
But again, I don't know if I didn't like it.
I think this was better than Jurassic Parks 2 and 3. And when I say better, I mean I enjoyed it more.
It's certainly more fun.
This is the definition of, like I said before, it's a Marvelized Hollywood blockbuster.
Yeah. It's definitely more fun. It's definitely less thinking.
Yeah.
But the first one kind of gets you thinking. This one, it's like, shut up and eat your popcorn, idiot.
Which is fine.
It's like, cool, all right.
But like, that's the thing. It's fine.
Yeah.
They tried so hard to cram so many lines into this movie, and they gave Chris Pratt every single one of them.
Yeah.
That he just sounded like a soundboard at times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's the alpha? You're
character.
looking at him, kid.
Yeah. And then like they're like shoving it down your throat that this guy's cool. Like they're not letting him be cool. Like the kids are like, but your boyfriend's badass.
Yeah.
He's like, boyfriend, what? Like, you're clearly very infatuated with this man. This guy, he's got no character at all. He's just like, I'm cool. That's me.
Yeah, I'm a badass, cool. And I don't care unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah.
But like when I was 16 years old, I never hugged a strange man at all. And there was a point like, Owen, and they ran up and they gave him a big hug. I was like, I don't know this man.
Yeah, I would not have remembered his name. I'm not good with names. I would have been like, help me, strange man.
I actually wrote it down this time because I'm also bad at remembering names, but I obviously didn't write down every name. I just wrote down Owen, Claire, and then the kids' names are really stupid. Zach and Gray. Fucking names their kids Zach.
Gray?
Yeah.
Kid's name is Gray?
Yeah, the kid's name is Zach and Gray.
That's a color.
Yeah.
Or a lack of color, I guess.
It's a shade.
A shade, yeah. There you go. Well, that's our thoughts on Jurassic World.
I give it.
What to say? I just fucking wrapped that up.
That's fine. I give it 5.5.
That's fair. I honestly don't know what to give it. I think it's like if it's about the action, I'll give it a 7. If it's fuck it, I'll give it a 5.5 too, I guess.
Yeah, fuck it. You gave it a 5.5. We'll just go with 5.5.
What am I doing? Who gives a shit? You know, like
I like it.
Like, I don't know. I think I might rather watch Jurassic Park 3 because it's quick.
That's the thing. Jurassic Park 3, the only thing it has going for it is that it's quick.
Yeah, and like I said, I like some of the scenes. I like the spine dadding, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. And then, of course, we see the skeleton of the spine daddy that the T-Rex runs through in this.
I didn't notice that, but I was looking forward to seeing Spine Daddy in there. I thought he'd be in there.
I think they'll bring back Spine Daddy for the next one.
Yeah, because he's cool. But it was a big, scary Spine Daddy, you know? The Spine Daddy, big.
I'm going to open up your song this week. It's just going to be Spine Daddy again, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you just sent me Spine Daddy again, and I'm pissed.
This one's Endamo Daddy.
Fucking sweet. Endamo Daddy. Do you have a pick to flip?
I don't. I slashed the shit out of my thumb trying to get a tiny pencil out of a pencil sharpener for this little girl at my job. She was like, "This is my favorite pencil." So like, I'm twisting it, and then I've done it before, but like, fucking got me.
That sucks.
I was like, I'm bleeding out for this, and then like I popped it out, and it was like literally this big, and the lead was out of it. And she was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Oh no, you? I'm fucking hemorrhaging over here, you little piece of shit."
Hemorrhaging. Do you want heads or tails? We'll say this is heads.
Okay, I'll do heads.
You're gonna do heads, okay? I'll give you heads, baby.
Ooh.
It's heads.
Oh, girl.
You want to go first? Or you want to go second?
I'll go first. All
right. Explain your song.
It's called Nature, and it's pretty much everything I said a couple minutes ago about how, you can. Yeah, just play it.
All right, here we go. Here's Nature.
Yeah.
Bigger and scarier. Let's add more teeth. Much more teeth. Are we looking in a mirror? Let's get butts in seats. I'm talking about cheeks. Don't you know you can't control nature unless you're real cool? Don't you know you can't control nature unless you're real cool? And I know you're real just enough stability to keep it from collapsing into anarchy. The key to happiness is to accept you're never fully in control. Don't you can control nature unless you're real cool? Don't you can't control nature unless you're real cool? But you left your don't you can't control nature unless you're real cool? Don't you can't control nature unless you're real cool? Don't you can't control nature unless you're real cool? And I know you're real cool.
It took me a minute to realize what you were singing in the background at the end, and then I immediately started dying laughing. I really liked it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I was saying that you left your shoes on because that bothered me.
Because that
also-
bothered you.
That's the first time
Andy's
I've
sitting there
ever-
watching it going, yes, she's going to take her shoes off. We're going to see them piggies. We're going to see them piggies.
I'm trying to see feet. I'm trying to see
Like,
dino
Andy,
dick.
no.
Trying
I
to see
remember
dino
that. I
dick
remember
and
seeing
feet.
that in theaters with you. And you go, we're going to see your feet. We're going to see your feet.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was nudging even the other guy next to me who was a stranger. I was like, yo, we're about to see some feet, baby. He was like, get away from me.
Yeah. That was the stickiest movie theater I've ever stood on. I think that was from you, though.
Yeah, I like feet. I like dino
I
dick.
don't like this anymore.
Um,
We should do some Quentin Tarantino movies next then.
ooh. What was I gonna say? That's the first time I've ever recorded singing falsetto in my whole life.
I like it.
Yeah, that was like I called Alexis, my wife, down. I was like, "Is this okay?" She was like, "Yeah, it's all right."
Were you
It was
asking her
really-
approval if that you could do it?
Yeah, essentially, I was like, "Am I qualified to do falsetto?" She was like, "It sounds fine. Like, just
Am I
fucking."
qualified?
Yeah.
Am I going to get in trouble for this? Am I going to get canceled for doing falsetto?
Yeah. I'll never work in this town again. But it's like I said, this movie kind of fatigued me. So like the first verse, I was like, all right, I guess I'm writing about like the consumerism angle. And then the second verse, I literally just took the two quotes from the beginning of the movie that I liked. I was like, I'm just throwing that in. I don't like this movie. It's fun, but it did not inspire me
Nothing.
to write like the other 3 songs I wrote, even Spine Daddy, like, which is clearly a fucking joke. But all right, that's it. That's all I got to say about it.
I liked it, and honestly, I feel the same way about my song. In fact, I came up with the title roughly 4 minutes before you joined the Zoom call.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had called it Jurassic World song up until that point.
All right.
And so what I decided to title mine is We Need More Teeth.
Nice.
Yeah, so here's We Need More Teeth.
Let's have something to say. We lost our message along the way. It became about the money. We didn't learn from our mistakes. Didn't care everything was fake. Everyone is running. We built a statue of the man responsible for the deaths of his people 50 years ago. Never in control, but we got the ticket sold, and we got a living weapon. 'Cause we made something new in our prehistoric zoo, and it's capable of deception. Built a statue of the man who was responsible for the deaths of those people all those years ago. Please help us, save us, we're in your debt. Need more teeth. We need more teeth. Came across some old Jeep. I guess it's ours to keep. How'd we get this thing started? Things are getting pretty dry. What you cook up in that lab? There are people who have departed. We built a statue of the man responsible for the death of his people all those years ago. Please help us, save us, we're in your debt. Need more teeth. We need more teeth. Please help us, save us, we're in your debt. Need more teeth. We need more teeth.
That was We Need More Teeth.
Nice. I like it. Rock
Thank
and
you.
roll.
Rock and or roll. Yeah, I felt the same way you did. I just was not inspired for a while about writing anything.
I mean, I always try to, when I finish the movie, I try to pick up a guitar like right there, like while it's fresh, hot and fresh.
Okay, like a pizza.
So yeah, so I got like that's where I got the first verse, and then I was like, this is all I got because nothing else. But you had I don't know. Seems like you got some creative juices flowing there.
I mean, See, my strategy is totally different. I usually don't write right after I see the movie. I might have a line or two that I want to work with.
Okay.
In this case, that line was, hold on, I have my notes. The line that all I had to go off was, really, I didn't. I actually didn't. I was actually thinking about the movie because I opened up with the line, we once had something to say. We lost our message along the way. It became about the money because I felt like that applied to not only the plot of the movie, but also the fact that they made this movie in general.
Yeah, the franchise.
Yeah. And then the same thing, didn't learn from our mistakes, didn't care everything was fake, every day was sunny. And then we kind of just, I didn't sing that anyway. I think everyone is running. So I changed that line anyway. I don't know if you could tell, but there was a line I changed right before we started this podcast because I wanted to change it.
Which one?
I did the line, things are getting pretty drab. What'd you cook up in that lab? Because I couldn't think of a word that rhymed with lab before. And originally I said, there are people on the slab. What'd you cook up in that lab? There are people who are departed. And I just said dead people twice. I was like, I'm just saying people died twice.
Yeah.
I was like, that sounds stupid. So I went and I was like, no, I'm going to re-record this line. I have 8 minutes to go. Let's see what I can do. And I threw it in there and I copied and pasted. And then listening back, I was sitting there. I had done like one little proof listen earlier. And I was like, let's see if this sounds like shit. You're fed in pretty well though. I was pretty happy.
Yeah, I didn't notice it.
It wasn't like a glaring, you never know when you go back and re-record something, but you're keeping the rest of it how it's going to sound.
Right.
So I was like, let's hope this isn't glaringly bad or glaringly different in general.
You said we need old T-Rex. We're in your care? Is that what you said?
Oh, we're in your debt.
In your debt. Okay, that makes sense. Cool.
Because basically the franchise wouldn't exist if not for the T-Rex.
Yeah. And yeah, you're right. And then they fucking killed him in the third one.
And another thing I realized is I had one of the original lines, and I kind of wish I kept it in there, was we need more teeth. And then I was going to end the song, but instead of repeating the line, I was going to say drag him into the deep, like the mosasaur. But I didn't do it because it was a lot of words.
Yeah.
It was very wordy. But I didn't get the mosasaur in there, and I wish I did, because the mosasaur was a good part of the movie.
Mosey Daddy.
Mosey Daddy. We got Mosey Daddies. We got Bronte Daddies.
Yeah.
We got, he called them Tricera Daddies.
Yeah, that's true.
Tirana Daddies.
Yep.
That's what we're going to do now. We're just going to name them all. We'll go through them all.
Stego Daddies.
Stego Daddies.
Ankleo Daddies.
There we go. Ankleo Daddies. Pachycephalosaura Daddies.
Nice. Really, you just take out the saurus, put in a daddy, you're good.
Pachycephala Daddy.
There you go.
Pack Daddy.
Pack.
Check out those Pack Daddies over there. The Gala Mama the Gala Daddies.
Gala Daddies. All right. Well, I mean,
I think we have nothing more to say.
You ready? Clearly. You ready for the fifth and final installment of this?
I am.
Yeah, same. We're probably going to go. I mean, I'll probably see the sixth one in theaters.
Oh, I definitely will.
Yeah. And maybe we'll do an extra pod.
Oh, a boner pod.
What?
A boner pod.
Why would you say that?
Because it's like an extra. It's like a little extra, like a little boner.
I'm lost on that.
It's like a bonus.
A bonus.
We're playing the word bonus. Jokes are really good
daddy.
when I have to explain them.
A bone daddy.
Bone daddy. Bone daddy. Bone daddy. I want to look at them bone daddy. Come on, let me show the bones. Do you think our listeners will like that?
What happened here?
I don't know. I wanted to try something because I have a new mic.
I'm just like, what happened to this podcast?
We'll talk about bones, baby. I'm gonna eat my bone, baby. You're gonna build down some bone, bones.
If you're still listening, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Honestly, thank you so much.
If you've made it to episode 4, woohoo.
Yeah. And like,
I wonder if people are still listening at that point. How many people skip the first 50 minutes of the podcast? Go, let me listen to the songs.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
they should also go on YouTube and SoundCloud and listen to the songs, or even Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah. And they should go on Spotify and listen to our original compositions that aren't about movies. We have
That's
2
true.
albums.
That's true. We do have 2 albums. Actually, by this episode, we have 8 songs about Jurassic Park. That's longer than our second album.
Good God.
Yeah. We're brilliant.
We are brilliant, huh?
Brilliant.
Email us.
BRILLLLLL.
Uh-oh.
IANT. Brilliant.
Nice. Yo, email us and tell us how brilliant we are.
RoydsRevue@gmail.com.
Yeah.
RoydsRevue.
XPD TLF.
Don't so those I tried that email you guys said, and it kicked back to me. It said that email just doesn't exist.
A lot of consonants.
This is probably going to get cut, what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it. We just promoted an email address we haven't even made yet.
Oh, shit. That's fine. All right, so you keep that in. That's fine.
Well, let me make sure. Let me make sure it works. Let me just create the account. Create account.
Oh, shit. You're hearing this live on the podcast. We're
This is
creating
fucking
an email
crazy.
account.
This is fucking. I'll cut all this.
The first time it's ever been recorded.
Create account to manage my business. We should probably do this after the podcast. No, well, this is cool. We'll leave this in. This is good shit. This is good shit.
This is good. Let's keep it interesting.
First name, last name, Royds. Username, RoydsRevue@gmail.com. Password. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Royds Review podcast. You can find us on social media. Andy, where can they find you?
You can find me at andy.com/Andy. You go to Andy Jefferis on Instagram. That's JEFFERES.
And you can find me on Instagram at Robert Corridor. That's Robert CORRIDOR. And you can find the Royds at TheRoydsBand on Twitter and _Royds on Instagram. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Bye.